Hi everybody, Simply Sweet Gemini here. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in to another month end completed pages video. So this month I wanted to dedicate my video to Jamie's Coloring Love. First of all, it's because it was her birthday this past month, and also because I used one of her ideas for coloring in order to complete my pages this month, and it was her birthday coloring prompts. I will link her video in the description down below, and you can watch that if you're interested in following along with that color along too. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to share with you some of the colorings I did that are not related to the birthday prompts, and then I'll move into the ones that were. So the very first image that I colored this month was from the Chibi Calendars by Jenny Luan. So I am still working through that PDF coloring book, and this month I did the Year of the Dragon. And I like this book because it has a great variety of chibi characters in it. So there's boys and girls, which is sometimes difficult to find because most of the time it's images of girls. So this was exciting. I did all of this just using alcohol markers. And I did use some stickles and gel pen for extra sparkle. So I do like the way that this one turned out. It's very bright. So that one was one of the images. And then this month was also Mermaid. So I tried to get some mermaid images done. Definitely not as many as I would have liked. But this one is from Mystic Art Mirrors, and it's from her Princess fairy tale book. So I printed it out, and then I did Ariel using the Ohuhu markers, and then for her hair I just highlighted with gel pen, and I did some liquid pearl on as embellishments, and then the background I just used some metallic acrylic paint and used a sponge to get this texture, and I do like the way it's come out. I don't have distress inks or anything like that, so I thought it'd be cool to create texture like this. And if you've watched my videos for a while, you know I rarely do backgrounds, so this one came out pretty cool. So that was one. Another mermaid that I did was this one, and this one was an image that is a free one from Yam Puff's Stuff. It's on her website if you're interested. So another chibi mermaid. And this one was a quick color. I just did this in markers, and then I used glossy accents for the bubbles. And then just some gel pen. I want to keep this one easy and quick. So that was another mermaid I did. So I recently joined Hannah Lynn's Patreon, and this is the second month that I've received items from her. So I am from the silver tier, and this is the image that she put out for the month of May. And this one is called Farm Sweet Farm. So usually if you're part of the silver tier, you get extra pages besides the main coloring page. So instead of doing the actual coloring, I did just the bookmarks and trading cards. So you will get to see those in a moment. But this is what the main image looks like. Very cute and perfect for spring. And then if you're in the silver tier, you also get a bonus image each month. So this was the bonus image that she had shared, and this one is called Sea Queen. So after I saw the tentacles, it just immediately reminded me of Ursula from Disney's Little Mermaid, so I figured I would color her using a Disney bound palette challenge. So I did all of this using the Ohuhu markers and just minimal shading with some Black Widows. And then I also used a bit of gel pen and liquid pearls again for embellishments. And I think that it came out pretty nice. So that was another one I did. So now I'm going to move into the items that I colored for Jamie's Coloring Love's birthday coloring prompts. And in this one I did use different books and PDFs as well. So the very first prompt was balloons, and I found it in 50 Romantic Miniatures by Camellia Angelkova. So let me just see. I did color a few images in this book, so just bear with me. So this was the picture I did for balloons. I thought it was very fitting. So it's just a tandem bicycle with some balloons attached to it and some flowers. I decided to go with like a Valentine's Day theme still because of the title of the book, really. I could have colored it any color, but I really liked doing the different types of pinks and reds in this one. So I did do like metallic balloons, glitter balloons, and solid balloons using markers. So I thought that the different finishes makes it look pretty cool. So that was for balloons. The second prompt was to find presents or gifts. So I found mine in Hannah Lynn's Mermaids, Fairies, and Other Girls of Whimsy 50 Fan Faves book. So I don't have the actual book, but I bought the PDF version of it. So I just printed this one picture out, and this one is titled Birthday Girl. So her presents are down here. And I actually took a lot of inspiration for this one from Hannah Lynn's own actual colorings. Her original image of this girl was just done in pinks, grays, and blacks. So I kind of wanted to mimic that, but I like purple. So I did this one mainly in purple, but I still gave her the pink highlights in her hair just to make it stand out. So this one was like really fun to do. I've been really enjoying Hannah Lynn's images. I did most of this using Ohuhu markers, and then I just used a bit of pencils to do some easy shading. The background was done, like the big bubbles were done using just metallic acrylic paint. I used a bit of stickles, and I also did some gel pen for accents and shine. So I thought that she came out really cute. So that one was for the second prompt. The third prompt was party. So I thought that this one was actually a little harder for me to find because I don't have a lot of books with like groups of people in them. So I just took some creative initiative here. So I found my party in Chibi Horror by Jade Summer. This is the grayscale version. So I decided to choose this image as my party image, where sometimes at parties there's a clown and they have lots of presents and food. So I did this one, and I think that this one came out super cool. I originally did not want to color this picture because I felt that it would be very busy with so much stuff happening, but I think this one turned out really nice. I had a lot of fun doing this one when I first got started. So this one's all just alcohol markers and then just gel pen as well. Very simple, but because it's grayscale, it looks really nice. So I did use white gel pen just to highlight around the mouth and eye, just to make it even pop more. So that was my party. The next prompt number 4, was cake. And I found my slice of cake in 50 Romantic Miniatures by Camellia Angelikova again. So I decided to do this slice of cake. So I made it a chocolate one because it has chocolate dipped strawberries on it. And then I just added my own pieces of strawberry on the inside. So I like the way this one turned out because I used a limited color palette. So I feel everything is very cohesive in this one. I used very minimal amounts of embellishments, so just the metallic hearts, but everything else was just alcohol markers. And I really like the way this one came out. So that one was for cake. Number 5 was for bright colors. So I decided to do this image. This is also another free image from Yam Puff's stuff, and it's called Rainbow Cake, I think. So I decided to do a slice of rainbow cake. But this to me was bright colors because I tried to use every color of the rainbow here. So did that. It was mostly just alcohol markers, and I did a bit of gel pen and stickles for her wing and her hair clip. So I tried to keep a lot of these images birthday themed, and it was really fun to look through my collection to see what I had for those images. So that was for bright colors. Number 6 was 2 girls, or in my case, the Gemini zodiac sign. So last month I had already done an image that was specifically of Geminis, so I didn't want to reuse that photo, so I did this one instead. This is another image by Mystic Art Mirrors, and it is from her Ocean Dreams coloring book. So again, I just bought the PDF of this one. So I chose this as my zodiac sign because it is of 2 girls, and usually they're depicted kind of like this. So these are actually mermaids as well, but I decided to use it for this. So I basted this with alcohol markers, but most of this was actually done using, excuse me, using Black Widows as well as Prismacolor pencils for all the details. So I used some glossy accents for all the bubbles, and then liquid pearls for the pearl embellishments, and then just some gel pen to highlight certain things. And I think this one turned out very well. I wasn't expecting it to come out as good as it did because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with the colors, but I kind of got a bit of inspiration online, and then I just did the main colors, and I do like the way it turned out. So this one was for my Gemini girls. For number 7, fancy dress. So for me, I didn't pick something that was super fancy, but I picked something that I think I would wear to a party. And it is from the Tokidoki coloring book. So I found this picture. So this is of the tiger mittens, and she's just wearing this pink dress that I think would be suitable for a party. And I didn't want to color all the little dots, so I just picked out the bigger ones to color in metallic jelly roll, and then everything else was just marker. So this one was a simple one. The little star highlights were done with stickles. I'm not sure if you can see, but I just wanted to get some stuff done out of this book, so this is what I chose to do. Okay, so that was number 7. Number 8 was candles, And I found my candles in this book. So this is Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays and Festive Occasions, the coloring book by Hannah Lynn. So I bought the PDF version, and what I did was I just printed out one copy of all of the images I was interested in coloring, and I just had them bind it at the print shop. So this book comes with 2 copies of each images, one like more complex and a second one that's more simple. And I just chose the ones that I liked coloring, and then I printed it out. So the image that I chose out of this one was this image. And I think this one is called either Birthday Party or just Birthday. I can't really remember, but it's from this book. So I decided to do this as a pink, gold, and black color theme. And this one was for the prompt candles. So you can see she has, I believe I counted 18 candles there. So I made a chocolate cake because I do like chocolate. And the presents I just did using different colors so that it's not too much overwhelming of one color. I really like the way this one turned out. I only shaded the Whimsy Girl. I just did her hair and her face, I think. And everything else was just straight Ohuhu and big markers. I used a bit of gel pen, as you can see. And then I used stickles for some parts as well. And this one was very birthday theme related. I really liked the way this one came out. So that one was for candles. The next one, prompt number 9, was for Birthstone. So because in the month of May, the Birthstone color is an emerald, Jamie had asked us to do one whole picture as like a color palette of emerald, which was green. But I took a different spin on it. So I found my image in Jasmine Beckett Griffith's coloring book, and this is her first one, the Fantasy Art Adventure. So I actually did this image. So this one is called Angel with Emeralds. And I did her mostly in greens. I didn't do the whole thing in green, but I tried out some different pencils on this, and I did this technique instead. So most of her is green, so I think it meets the challenge still, but just with some contrast. So I did the emeralds as well as her wings and her dress in greens. So this one was mostly done using Prismacolor and Black Widow pencils, and I found that they worked pretty well on this paper. This is actually the first image I've colored out of this book, so I had a fun time doing that. The highlights in her hair were just done with straight gel pen, because by the time I finished the wings, I was pretty tired of shading. Her eyes I just did using pencils, and then I just added highlights using a Signo Uniball gel pen. And I just embellished very minimally here, where I used gold metallic jelly roll for her dress, and everything else was just mainly pencils and shading and such. So I did try to stay true to the original painting, but I changed just a couple things to match the coloring challenge, as well as to try out different things. So I really like the way that she turned out as well. So that is for the Birthstone page. So the last coloring prompt was to complete the number of pages that you were turning like your age. So Jamie's Coloring Love did 38 pages. Unfortunately, I was not able to complete my age in pages. I only got about half done. So maybe next year I will try again and see how far I get with this coloring. So you'll have to stay tuned to my channel to see if I can do this again. I think it was a very creative coloring challenge, only because anyone can participate in it, and you can get a variety of so many different pictures, so it was really fun to do. So the last things I wanted just to show were the Hannah Lynn bookmarks and trading cards that I did. So these are the ones that I've finished. So I did 2 different versions of them, and these are all just using markers, gel pens, stickles, and just throwing everything I have at it because it's just supposed to be fun. And they're quick colors because they are small. So I printed these out on cardstock, and then afterwards I just pasted something on the back so that you can't see the bleed through. So I did these 2 bookmarks, which were really fun. And then I also did 2 trading cards. So these are the 2 that I did. So again, in the similar vein where I put the scrapbook paper around the back of them. So this one I actually did more as like Anne of Green Gables. It inspired me. So I did her green dress and red hair, and I think it came out really nice. So these are super fun to do. If you're interested in joining Hannah Lynn's Patreon, I think that it is definitely well worth the money. And you'll always get something new to color every month. And she's quite active on the page. So if you're interested, I will link it in the bottom of my channel again, and you can take a look. Okay, so thank you so much again, Jamie's Coloring Love, for having this birthday prompt coloring challenge. And thank you everyone else for watching my video today. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye now.